Hello, welcome. Today we're going to talk about a mimer of the Alter Rebbe in Likutei Torah, page 34, Ki tetzei lamilchama, which is when you go out to war. The question of the mimer is why we consider prayer to be a battlefield. What is the relation of prayer with karbanot? Why is one required to pray every day? Doesn't Hashem knows what we need? Why do we have to pray every day, 3 times a day? Doesn't make sense. Why is one animal soul enemy of the person? Is it an enemy? Is it a friend that is lost? So the first thing that we need to understand is that there is a daily war, a daily fight that a Jew must constantly be battling. This battle that we have is between the animal soul and the godly soul. And they are fighting over the passions of life because they have different wants, different needs, different interests. The animal soul, like an animal, it wants to taste something good, it wants to see something good, it wants to hear, smell, touch. It only cares about the senses. It cares about pleasure now, immediately. And the godly soul, the only thing that it cares is about doing the will of Hashem, to be connected to Hashem, and to elevate the world. During prayer is when this battle it goes totally once against the other one. And the interesting thing is that when we are able, through our davening, through our prayer in the morning, to allow our godly soul to win over our animal soul, the rest of the day goes accordingly. That means that the passions and the wants and the craziness direction that the animal soul wants to take us, it is weakened and the godly soul takes control. It's like if they're one next to the other one, but the godly soul goes on top, and then the rest of the day is a day in which we see much less effort, much less battle from the animal soul to take us into stupid pleasures and things that makes no sense and only going after our senses. This battle that we have is a spiritual battle, and the time of prayer is really a time of war. So it is extremely important, it is decisive, this time of prayer, so that we're concentrating in the greatness of Hashem and connecting to Hashem instead of looking at our cellular phone, at a chat, at Instagram, at the news, thinking about the business, thinking about what we're going to have for lunch, what we're going to have for dinner, or if we had a discussion with somebody. It's a time to be connected, not even to be studying during prayer, looking at a Humash, looking at the Gemara. It's a time to be praying. It's a time to give energy, effort, power to our divine soul so that it can overpower our animal soul. Interestingly, prayers correspond to sacrifices. In the time of the temple, we used to have sacrifices. Now, the sacrifices is davening, is praying. And it says that when they would offer sacrifices in the temple, the animal was like a fire, and it would elicit a fire to come down from heaven and to burn it and elevate it to Hashem. And the reason is because the animal, the essence of the animal, comes from Yesod Haish. We know that there's Domei, Someach, Chai, and Midaber, which are inanimate, vegetative, animal, and human. And the connection of Chai, which is animal, is to Eish, is to fire. So the soul of the animal corresponds to the aspect of fire. So what we need to sacrifice during davening is sacrifice the passions of the animal soul. And when we elevate these passions of the animal soul and we elevate it to Hashem, what we are able is to bring godly energy and allow the divine soul to take over. What do we elevate? What do we offer? The materialistic, the coerce, the spiritual insensitivity of the animal soul. We elevate it, and what we do is we desensitize the pleasures of the animal soul, and we show during prayer to the animal soul that all the pleasures that it has, it really come from Hashem. So the Allelukas. And when we say that Hashem created the world, that He created the luminaries, that even the angels praise Hashem, that He brings day, He brings night, etc. What we're doing is we're showing the animal soul how great is Hashem and the connection that we should have to our divine soul, and allow our divine soul to be the one that runs her day. So how many days do we have to live? How many days are we allotted? How many years are we allotted to live in this world? Everything depends on the breaking of the Kelim. There was a breaking of the Kelim, we won't go into that now, in the world of Tohu, and the good got intermingled with the bad, and it came into this world in things that are permissible. The goal is to use the divine soul to elevate those sparks, instead of using the animal soul to only take a pleasure of the senses. There is an interesting parable of an investment banker that once went to the Amazon, and when he went into the Amazon with that group, he was a very rich guy, and he had a limousine and a beautiful apartment and traveled the world. He has all the pleasures, and he got lost in the Amazon. And after being lost for a few months, they could not even eat anything, and he began to take pleasure for stupid things. So a small root that he could find, or a small animal, an insect, was like a ribeye steak for him. And sleeping, if he could sleep for 1 or 2 hours without the noises of the jungle waking him up, it was a great pleasure. He came to the point that he even forgot about the pleasures when he used to be an important banker, and he began to go after these stupid and simple pleasures. And one day he saw in the jungle a very wise man, and this all-wise man was lost in the jungle, but he never forgot about the pleasures of being a wise man. He never forgot about the pleasures of being a wealthy man. And he continued pursuing how to get out of the jungle, and little by little he began to show the investment banker that the important thing was to be connected to his previous life and forget the stupidities of this new found life. And little by little show him the way how to get out of the jungle. So the investment banker that is lost is the animal soul, and the old wise man is the godly soul. And the godly soul is all day reminding us of the pleasures of being connected to Hashem, the pleasures of the spiritual life, the pleasure of being able to elevate this world, and not the pleasures of an animal to be just connected to the senses. The godly soul, it goes out into the world to fight against the animal soul. And when we are davening, we are able to overpower the animal soul and make the godly soul runs our lives. It is very important. So it says in the parasha, it says, when you will go out to war over the enemy. It doesn't say with the enemy. It says over the enemy. So we need to understand that we need to put down the animal soul. We need to show the animal soul who's boss. We need to show the animal soul who is God, where do the senses come, and where there is the importance of being connected to Hashem. So prayer is a daily battle. You need to use it properly to educate and overcome the animal soul. You need to simply reawaken the memory of the godly soul, or what is his purpose in life, how to be connected. And it is not important only to daven today, to pray today. You have to pray today, you have to pray tomorrow, you have to pray the next day. Because this battle is a constant battle, and the animal is a difficult animal to keep under control. So 3 times a day, every day. May you have the strength to always be on top, and may you have a beautiful week, and remember to live a little higher. Thank you.